What's up, guys? How's it going? MikeTheTech here, and in this video I'm going to talk to you about the Xbox Elite Wireless Controller Series 2. That's not how I say it, but that's how they got listed on their website. So we're going to talk about my experiences with this controller over the past 2 years of owning it. Now that I've put it through the courses and honestly a few rage games, we're going to talk about how it held up and my thoughts on the product itself. Before we get started, if you're watching this, chances are you're not subscribed because over 99% of you, that's right, 99% are not subscribed. So if you want to see more tech videos like this, gaming, tech, tips, tricks, all that cool stuff, or maybe even check out my virtual studio or game projects, please go ahead and click on that sub button below to get more updates and videos from me. Thank you so much, and I would very much appreciate it. So let's get into my experience with the controller itself. This is the Elite Series 2 controller. I have the different pad on here because I didn't like the original one. So I use this D-pad, this directional D-pad, but the other one still works. They all work fine. One thing I will say about the other D-pad, let me actually bring it out, is that when this other D-pad is on, right? When it's on, if you press down too hard, it actually lifts up. So as you're playing the game, you tend to lose connection a little bit with what you're doing, and it doesn't seem like it's much, but it does. I'm going to try and get it in frame. It does lift off of it. And I didn't really like that. It doesn't feel natural when you're playing. So I didn't use this D-pad as much, but I do use this other one, which works perfectly, and I actually prefer it for fighting games because you can make sure you hit the buttons properly. The sticks held up surprisingly well. In 2 years, I've used these quite a bit and haven't gotten any stick drift or anything. And I play a lot of racing games, so there is a lot of like left and right and racing and stuff, and they work just fine. And then on the back we have our trigger sensitivity. The trigger sensitivity still works perfectly. That's one of the new moving parts, so I was hoping that that would be designed well enough that it wouldn't break, and I've been using it pretty constantly because I switch. When I'm using shooters, I have the short distance. When I'm doing racing games, I have the long distance, and that still works really well. The downside, one thing that doesn't work as well, is this right button. Everything else works great. No, not the right button, the left button. Sorry, the left button. When I'm using the left button, sometimes, even if I don't press it down, it registers a click. I don't know why. I could just be barely touching it and it registers a click now. That could just be from hitting it too hard, so the sensor's been getting a little banged around in there, but that is something to look out for. My button is a little sensitive now and doesn't work as well, and I honestly sometimes prefer to get a different controller if I'm playing competitively because I don't want to accidentally switch to another weapon at the wrong time or do something like that. So yeah, that is one big downside, is after 2 years, it was working most of the 2 years, but maybe 2 months ago or so, the right button stopped working, and I mean, it still works, but it starts adding extra clicks once in a while, so it kind of messed up in that sense. Otherwise, the charge still holds really well, which is very surprising. The back paddles still work very well, and they're very clicky and pretty responsive. The buttons all work really well. Everything is still really smooth on those. But yeah, that button issue is just something that I've read a lot about, and unfortunately it happened to me as well. But yeah, still feels really great, and it held up through all the abuse I put it through, except for that one button on it. So take it for what it is. This is my review. I really love this controller. It's super responsive, feels great in the hands, nice and heavy, and perfect for playing games. But longevity, mine ended up going out. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know what you think of this controller in the comment section below. Have a great day. Peace.
What? You've never heard of Stream Savers? And you thought PewDiePie was the only YouTuber to make a game? I made a game too, and it's called Stream Savers, and it's available for pre-order right now for $9.99, and that's a great price.